Hey guys, it's Sarah Ayler with Softlex Company. We'll be getting started just in a few minutes. I want to let you guys get settled in. We will be using the free gift that we gave away with orders during virtual Tucson for the Great Beat Extravaganza. It was a fun gift with some Tiara cast charms and a 10-foot spool of Softlex in our beautiful green turquoise color. And I will be making a necklace, I think, today on the fly. So we will see if my idea works out or not, as usual. And I am streaming to multiple places. You can see me on YouTube. The Great Beat Extravaganza has its own YouTube channel, which you can go subscribe to. And a few of us presenters will be streaming there from time to time. So you can watch the video there. You can also subscribe to Softlex Company's YouTube channel. And you can find us on Facebook as well with our live videos on Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I see some of you are joining me, so I am going to hop on and scooch over so I can see what's going on with all of you guys today. And hi, guys. Nice to see you today. Thank you for being here. We are going to be using the free gift that Softlex Company gave away with orders over, I believe it was $49 from the Great Beat Extravaganza. You got this super cute Tucson postcard that Kristen designed with my assistance. I thought it up and then she made it come to life. Even adding some of her own personal touches, her own personal drawings in there, making it extra special. And then we wrote you a cute little message on the back with a coupon code that you can use. So that it was in with your free gift if you got one. Did anyone here get the free gift? I would love to hear what you thought. We're going to scooch over to my demo table and take a look at it. And then I plan to make a necklace today using it along with some sparkly crystals and some Sleeping Beauty turquoise because that seemed perfect for a Tucson-inspired design. Oh, I know there's snow in so many different places. Susan is mentioning that she's having a good snowy evening. Yeah, there is snow in so many places. My closest girlfriend is in Austin just by chance. She lives in the Phoenix area, but she was there just for this week, and her family is having a pretty difficult time with no electricity and water difficulties and food difficulties. They didn't plan ahead because they were sort of vacationing and they arrived on the day that everything started to happen. So hopefully she gets her power back soon. Hopefully all of you guys out there who are struggling are able to get through it. It's really, really tough. Here in California, I hate to say it, but we have just gorgeous weather today. The kids have been outside most of the day enjoying it after school ended, and everybody's just really loving it. But that's pretty typical for California, right? Let's see, Deborah says that her package should be there any day now. She's pretty excited to receive it. Oh, great. So if you haven't gotten your Tucson free gift, I hate to say it, it is going to be a spoiler day for you. If you want to keep it a secret until you receive your package, then you should probably turn off this video and come back to it later because I am going to be showing what was in the free gift today and then using it to make a design. I don't think there's very many places where it's not snowing right now. It's so insane. It is probably beautiful in the Phoenix area. I wish my bestie would have just stayed put. She lives in Chandler, and she'd be a lot happier if she would have just stayed home. Oh man. Well, I'm going to flip over to my demo camera. And we're going to take a look at the free gift, and then I have some ideas of what I want to do with it, and then I can't wait to see what you guys do with it. So please post your designs that you make with the free gift in our Softflex VIB group. It's our Facebook group for our company, and it's where you can post anything Softflex related. We love to see your designs, and that's a great place to put them. We're there all the time checking it out. So in the free gift, you got the cute little postcard from Kristen and myself, a 10-foot spool in my favorite color of Softflex feeding wire, the turquoise color, which is just perfect for anything Arizona. This color is very Southwest, depending on what you put with it. And it's 10 whole feet of it. So that's kind of a nice gift. It's $7.89 retail value. So it's a really nice little spool. And then I grabbed these charms, you guys, as soon as the Great Bead Extravaganza decided it was going to have virtual Tucson. That immediate night we decided we were going to do it, I raced to the Tierra Cast website and I ordered these charms because I envisioned this free gift from the moment we decided to do Tucson. And I thought they were just so cute and so perfectly like old Tucson. So I ordered the wild Mustang, the cowboy hat, and then the cactus. Now, Tierra Cast has other charms that are Western inspired. So if you love these, be on the lookout for others. We don't carry these in our normal stock. This was an unusual purchase for us, but I just thought they were so cute and just kind of perfect for the theme. So I grabbed them and I'll be using those today in my design as well. And what I'm thinking about doing is taking one of these Tierra Cast rings. They come in 3 different sizes, so I wasn't quite sure which one. Probably the big one since it's 3 charms. But I was thinking about just kind of making a little charm necklace with it. So hanging our charms. I hadn't quite decided if I want to just do jump rings and hang them in a bundle, or I might bring one down and maybe do some sort of a craft wire link to have it hang just a little bit lower. I might do like maybe the Mustang, hang it just a little bit lower so they aren't quite so bundled up. So let's start out with trying it in the bundle just to see kind of what it looks like. And then we can figure it out from there. I have these great jump rings. I don't know if they're still available in our outlet shop, but we have these, normally have had them in our outlet shop. They're kind of large, pretty thick jump rings, and they're kind of perfect for this project. You can use your chain nose pliers. You can see I'm using the end of my magical crimping pliers to open this. Since it's a pretty big jump ring, I'm going to use my magical crimping plier and another pair of chain nose. You can definitely do 2 chain nose if you have them. That'll make it easier. And that just helped me open that up, slide my cactus charm on, and then I'm going to slide it onto the ring, and then I can just close it right back up again. And that'll save me from using my hands and help me get that really nice close connection on my jump ring. So there's one, so cute. I love how they turned out. I was really excited. Kristen did a really, I think you're here, Kristen, you did a knockout job on the postcard. It's so cute. It's better than I could have even envisioned, which is hard to beat sometimes when you've got an image in your head. But that's the nice part of Kristen and I working together for so long. Sometimes the image in my head is just the same image in her head. Isn't that nice? Oh, thanks, Sam. I think it's cute too. Yeah, we wanted to give everybody like a little piece of Tucson. We were sad that we couldn't go to real Tucson, so we thought, let's make it feel like we're going to Tucson. So these rings are great for making little charm gatherings. You can even just hang like a couple beads from it, make it super cute. So this is what it looks like if you just kind of let them hang together, which is fun. If you want to do a little drop down, let's try that just to see what it looks like. You want to do a little drop down? I'm going to take my cactus charm back off and I'll drop him down in the middle. I think I'll just leave him on this jump ring so he's kind of on the same wavelength as the other pieces. I'm going to grab, I'll probably do maybe 18 gauge because I think that might match the thickness of the jump ring and that'll feel like it is meant to go together. I like the hammered finish on the rings too, and they do come in different colors. So I'm using, I believe it's called rhodium plated. It's a silver tone today, but you can also get them not only in 3 sizes, but all of these different metal finishes. So lots of options for making it kind of your own deal. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my nylon jaw pliers. I've got my 18 gauge. This is Softlex craft wire. So it's a copper wire with silver plating, and then it has a non-tarnish coating that keeps it this beautiful bright silver color. It's great for working with tiara cast, which also does not tarnish very easily. And so it's nice to use the craft wire with it because I feel like they work together long term really well. You're not going to have like a lot of tarnishing on either item. I'm just taking my nylon jaw plier and straightening out my wire. And I am going to, I think, just make a connector here. I haven't decided what bead. I think, yeah, probably one of these little crystal rondelles that I added would be good. So I've got my end. I always like to kind of snip my end flush before I get started so it's nice and flat on the end. And I'm going to use my multi-sized looping tool. I know a lot of you guys picked this up after the Great Bead Extravaganza, so here is another great time to use it. I'm probably going to use this size here because I know from making my ear wires at the Great Bead Extravaganza that that size fits around this ring really nicely. And so that'll be helpful. So I'm going to come down. I'm leaving, oh, what is that, like 1.5 inches? I'm going to come down and bend the wire so it's pointing towards me. I'm going to take my finger and pull it over the top so it's pointing away from me. I'm just going to maneuver my plier to the side, and then I can pull it around all the way to make my full loop. Just like that. And then I can take my chain nose plier to hold on to my loop, and I can just bend this around. Now, if you're doing a lot of wire work, especially with this thick gauge of wire, you may want to use a second pair of chain nose pliers to do the bending. It can get really tedious on your fingers, but if you're just doing a little bit like I am, no big deal. I am going to trim, and then I can just take my chain nose plier to kind of tuck in there. And I'm going to open this up, and let me use 2 pliers. Trying to be gentler on my fingers. Not doing a great job, but I'm getting there. Connect. And close it up again. And there I've got my connection, and now I'm going to add my bead. Let me just check on comments because for some reason, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so now I'm going to leave myself a decent amount of space, my craft wire, and I can add my bead, whatever my bead is going to be. You know, in this case, if you're trying to get it a lot longer, maybe you'll add a few beads. I'm just trying to lengthen it just a little bit so that it comes out in the middle down here at the bottom. So I think just one bead is plenty. And then I'm going to do the same connection on the other side. Now this time I want to go about the distance of this wire wrapping at the bottom. That's about how far I want to be from my bead when I am making my wrap. So I point towards myself, away from myself, change my pliers to the side, and then pull it under and around. Now in this case, I need to go ahead and connect right to the ring, unless I'm going to use a jump ring there as well, which I totally could. But I think I'm going to connect right to the ring. And so I'm just going to kind of open up this loop just a little bit so that I can get in there fairly easily. And then I can come back in and close it back up. You'll see me using my magical crimpers as mini chain nose pliers all the time. It's a total habit because they're always handy. I use them a lot, so I use them for making things open and close often too. So now I'm just going to hold on to my loop and I'm going to wrap around again. And then I can just come right in here as close as I can get and snip, snip, snip. All right. Let's see. I wanted it in the center. So there we go. Now we've got it hanging down just a little bit so it's a little easier to see all three pieces. But I liked them bundled up too. So if that's your preference, you could totally do it that way as well. But it's up to you. And let's see. Leanne says, I love how the bot is posting tools. I can make a supplies list. Oh, it's not a bot. It is my coworker. It is my coworker posting, if that's who you're referring to. We post links to make it easy for you to find things. And that makes it just, we think, handy for you to be able to find something if you want to grab something or not. But he's not a robot. He's a real person. Okay, so moving along, we've got our nice little, yeah, no, it's a real person. Yeah, we have moderators because you never know what is going to happen on the internet. And so we have somebody here, my good friend and coworker Damien is here. He's posting links. He's also making sure that we don't have any issues with any trolls. And then my good friend Thomas is actually in our Facebook group, the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, and he's posting there to also make sure there's no problems. So, yep, real people. And so now I've got my charms all together. Now I'm going to work on the necklace portion of this, and I'm definitely going to use the Softflex in turquoise. I have had this Sleeping Beauty turquoise for a while. We no longer have this style available on our website, unfortunately. I totally wish we still had the Sleeping Beauty turquoise and the nuggets. We do still have it in some of the rondelles. We have it in some really lovely briolets. So we have a lot of options left in Sleeping Beauty turquoise. So if you really love this stone, make sure you check it out on the website, softflexcompany.com, and it's 20% off in that category. So I had made a bracelet quite a while ago, really pretty little peacock design. And I actually used some emeralds from our gallery and then some really great Swarovski crystals and then the Sleeping Beauty turquoise. I wear this thing like crazy. And when I bought the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, I still had these 3 beads left. So I've been kind of hoarding them. And I think I might use them today because I just thought they're such like a perfect item for a Tucson inspired necklace. And Sleeping Beauty turquoise comes from Arizona. And so I'm going to do a quick little design. I'm thinking about something asymmetrical. So maybe one big bead on one side, and then maybe we can do, something over here. We have these great little spacer beads from Tierra Cast. Those also come in all the different metal tones. And so I grabbed some in silver, the silver color, and thought those could be really fun to maybe incorporate in here on my design. And then I just have to kind of think about, do I want to make it a long necklace? I think a long necklace makes the most sense. So maybe no clasp. I did grab out a maker's clasp, which you can find as well on the website. We have lobster clasps. We have quite a few different options. But I think I can go no clasp on this. And it would probably look really, really great. Thinking about finishing it off with a bead on the end, like so. Okay, I think that's probably my design. So I'm going to take my Softlex beading wire and unroll it. This is 49 strands of stainless steel braided together with a beautiful turquoise colored nylon coating. I'm going to measure a decent length so I can make a long necklace. How long is this? It is probably about 36 inches is going to be my guess. So I'm going to grab out about 36 inches of Softlex. I'm going to grab a 2x2 millimeter Softlex crimp tube in sterling silver. And I can go ahead and attach. Let me set this over here. Check in on our comments. Everything's going okay over here. I'm going to attach to my dangles here. Back in. Now, if you missed the last Great Bead Extravaganza, we have another one coming up. It is going to be March 19th, 20th, and 21st. We're super excited about it. I'm not sure of the schedule yet, but all of the same presenters will be there. We will have wonderful promotions and presentations, demonstrations. It's going to be a lot of fun again. So make sure you put it on your calendar and are going to be there to join us. So I've attached everything. Now I just have to do the crimping, magical crimping pliers. These have a little divot on each side, and the crimp tube fits inside it just perfectly. So I'm going to center my crimp tube inside of the plier and compress. The first time I should get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli. Then I'm going to turn it on its side, and I'm going to compress again. And I'll just go around and around, tightening it down. Go and oh yeah, and Thomas wrote a really great blog. Thanks for pointing that out, Thomas, and maybe Damien can post that for everyone. Thomas wrote a really great blog on our last Great Bead Extravaganza, so you can find that on our blog today on the website softluxcompany.com. And it just has a little bit of information about each of the presenters, the items that they carry, and then what they did for virtual Tucson. So now that I have that all attached, I can go ahead and string my beads onto my wire. We have a sale running on our Softflex craft wire this week. You can get 20% off on all of the craft wire, any gauge, from 18 gauge all the way up to 28 gauge. Grabbing another crimp. And I am going to string my crimp tube onto my wire. And then I'm just going to get a little piece of Softflex. Oh, there's one that I snipped earlier. Perfect. You just stick that into your crimp tube. It's going to double up the wire so that it helps hold the crimp in place. It's really hard for the magical crimpers to work on a single wire. So you'll see me use a dummy wire pretty frequently and just add in that little extra wire to give it a little bit more grip when I am attaching it. I'm pulling it down towards the beads, but not so tight that there's no flexibility in those beads. So I want it kind of up next to the bead, but again, like leave a little bit of space. It kind of naturally happens because of this piece that's sticking out is actually kind of helpful because you want that itty bitty amount of space in order to make sure that those beads can kind of move around and feel like they're strung on a thread and not a really taut, tight wire. And of course, anytime you're using a color under a light colored bead, you're going to see it kind of reflect through, which is a lot of fun. I'm going to get in as close as I can with those cutters and snip. Same on the top. And so I'm just snipping away that second wire on the top and the bottom. And then, oh, Christine says she's having trouble with her crimps turning out right. Well, it's important to have a good quality crimp. It's important to be using a good quality beading wire. And it also does take some practice. I've had a ton of practice crimping, and I definitely know when it feels really centered. And I wonder if maybe you're just not quite getting it fully centered. Hi, everybody. It's nice to see you. I'm stringing my crimp on first. So this is going to be the crimp that mirrors this one on the other side. I'm just going to let it roam free for now, and I will come back to it. And then when I string my beads, I'm going to start from the top, and I'm going to work my way down to connect at the bottom. So I'm just going to string. What a fun Tucson-inspired project. We didn't get to go to Tucson this year, but boy, do I feel like we got to celebrate Tucson. And that's been really, really fun. So there is my bead situation on this side. I wonder if I should add, oh, I used it down here. I was going to say, I wonder if I should add one more down here, but I think it'll be okay. I think it makes sense since there isn't one over here. It'll be all right. So one more crimp tube, 4 crimp tubes total on this design. And I'm going to, let me get a different crimp tube. Yeah, great way to use your remnant wire. Oh, Christine, that's great to hear that you have all of our stuff. So maybe we can troubleshoot. If you want to email us at info@softflexcompany.com. Let's troubleshoot what might be going on. There is a chance or a possibility maybe you got a bad pair of pliers that isn't working properly. So definitely do get in touch with us just in case. So I've got my crimp tube, my charms, and I'm just going to go back in again. And here's another place where you don't want to get super tight. You want to have some flexibility. So you want to tighten it down to that connector, but not so tight that it can't move around. Straighten out your wires. And for me, I just feel it kind of settle into that little divot inside of the plier. I mean, I've done it so often, I can really feel it sort of settle in. And when I feel that, I compress. And almost every single time, I get what looks like a little 4-corner ravioli. And then I spin it on its side and go into that little divot again, centering it, really careful that it's centered, and compress. And then I go around and around it, making sure I get it from every angle, because you're compressing the edge of the crimp tube into the nylon coating of the wire. And you should get what looks like a little round bead. Is it a perfect round bead? No, it's not perfect, perfectly round. And sometimes I think some are looking for perfection. And when you see it on the video, you think it looks more round than maybe it does in real life. It is mostly round, but it always has a little bit, it's always like a little oblong, I guess might be a word I would use. And then I can go in and trim. And I've got a really strong, great connection there. And then I can bring my beads down and I can do my last trim, which I already had strung onto my wire. And my little bits are a little too small, so I'm going to take a bigger piece off my spool as my extra wire. String that in to the crimp tube and then bring it down. I'm using 019 Softlex that came with the free gift. It works great with this diameter. It's a little trickier with 014. That can be a little bit more difficult because it's so thin and it has such a thin nylon coating. And I'm just going to go all around it. And nice and close with your cutter. Trim that off. And then one last trim. And we've got a Tucson inspired charm necklace. I will take a picture of this and I will post it on our Instagram, and then I will also post it in our VIB Facebook group, which is the very best place to keep up with all things Softlex. We post all of our sales in there, and you can see what other people are making with our wire. It's a great place to meet friends and get ideas from some really excellent designers. And then, of course, we do our monthly kit project there. So everybody posts their projects from the kit in the VIB group. It's a ton of fun to be a part of it. So I hope you guys will join us there. I see a question. Oh, and I can't quite catch it. There it goes. Are all jewelry wires coated with something for jewelry making wearing? All beading wire, for the most part, is coated in nylon. However, there are different grades of nylon, different types of nylon. And so you'll find from one beading wire to another, the nylon coating may be a little different. Some of them might be slicker. Some of them might have a little more grit to them. And I see Fern is asking, so these kits aren't available. No, this the free gift was from the Great Bead Extravaganza. We gave away a 3-charm tear cast collection with a 10-foot spool of soft flex beading wire. They are all gone, but I put on the postcard that I would make with it on February 17th. So here I am making with it, and it came with this cute little postcard that Kristen made. We will have more free gifts in the future though, and you could definitely turn this design into your own by using whatever set of charms you have available on hand. And I'm just going to take a look and see if there's any other questions that I need to answer. Suzanne said that she got her gemstone strands from the last live sale and they're beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. We had so many packages go out last week between the live sale and then the Great Bead Extravaganza. So I know there's a lot of winter stuff happening out there. I'm hoping that everybody gets their packages in a timely fashion. I know I ordered Girl Scout cookies because my daughter is a Girl Scout 3 weeks ago, and they finally came today. So I know they came from Michigan. So I know some boxes are getting caught up in that winter weather. And I hope that if you have a package coming to you from Softflex, that it is on its way and it comes in a speedy fashion. We'll have our next live sale, I believe, on March 2nd. So we're still a few weeks away. We had a big inventory project that we had to do. But Kristen and I will be here Mondays and Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Pacific time to keep you guys entertained in the meantime. And we love to see what you make with your live sale orders too. So if you make anything special with the beads that you get, please post it in the BIB group because we love to see where all those beautiful things end up going. Oh, good. I'm seeing a lot of people have gotten their orders and they're very happy. That's great to hear. And yeah, stay safe out there. It is really terrible weather in so many places. So definitely be listening to the authorities about what is safe and not safe to do, and try to keep warm. I just imagine how hard it is to not have electricity and access to water and all of those things. It's hard to imagine. So I hope, and just to be so cold too. Ooh. So I hope all of you guys are doing okay. And those that end up watching this later because they don't have electricity, we are wishing you well. And I'm so glad you're all getting your orders. That's great to hear. So this week, if you need any craft wire, it is 20% off on the website. We've got 18 gauge to 28 gauge, lots of different colors, non-tarnishing and hypoallergenic, really handy for making things like ear wires and connectors and items on the wig jig. I might do a wig jig project here in the next few days because I've been thinking of some stuff that I would like to do on the wig jig with craft wire. And so you can get that for 20% off on the website, softflexcompany.com, and free shipping on orders in the US over $49. And we also have a huge array of beads and gemstones on our website. So don't miss out on those as well. If you loved this Sleeping Beauty turquoise that I used today, we don't have the nuggets anymore, but we do have some beautiful faceted rondelles. We do have some great briolets and some other options that you can check out. And not just, turquoise. We have lots of different kinds of gemstones. So that would be, oh gosh, someone saying their pipes burst. I've been hearing that a lot, or people are having really low flow water because their pipes are freezing. It's terrible. Hang in there, everybody. It'll get better. I hear it's supposed to warm up a little bit next week. So I'm hoping that helps provide all of you some relief. So thank you for being here with us today. And thank you for joining us at the Great Bead Extravaganza. I hope anyone who did get one of these free gifts really, really loved it. and I can't wait to see what you guys end up making with it. We are working on a kit for Kristen's project for the next Great Bead Extravaganza. So we will have a kit available, and she's doing a color poll in the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group. So if you want to get in on what color the kit should be, make sure you comment on the poll that she left there in the group, and let her know what color you think is best. She'll have a kit, and then I will be using the new products that launch that week. So a lot like last time, we will have a little bit of both, a pre-kit and then also brand new products that I will be using. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I love this necklace too. I think I'm going to wear this one a lot, but I am an Arizona girl. I was born in Arizona and partially raised in Arizona and lived in Arizona as an adult for 20 years. So Arizona is sort of my jam. I'm a transplant to California. But I still have that bit of Arizona in my heart for sure. So this will be something I can wear and really think of all my time there in that beautiful state, because it is a really, really beautiful place. Yeah, so I'll post a picture. I hope you guys had fun today. Leave me any comments or questions. I always read them over and try to answer anything that I missed. And I just hope you guys have a really great week. I will talk to you guys all soon. Bye, everybody.